Brothers Osborne in the studio. They got a new album out just called Brothers Osborne. Why do y'all do that?
Why did we do that?
Yeah.
Because
we're Osborne.
We're so lazy, really. It's just it takes a lot of brain power to be able to write and record and perform. By the end of it, you're like, I can't even do this anymore. Just call it our name.
I mean, just even our the name.
Even our name's not original.
Was there like a point where somebody said, "Okay, here are some ideas for the album name," and what were the rejects?
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, I mean, literally going off just us being brothers Osborne. There's an Osborne brothers, and we were like, I guess we are brothers, and our last name's Osborne.
Yeah.
And it's funny now to get to album number 4, and we literally just called it that.
Yeah, most people do it in the first album to get their name out. You guys don't have an issue with that.
Honestly, the part of it, and like without being attempting to be funny, the theory behind it is we've changed a lot, we've grown a lot, we've talked a lot about ourselves, our personal lives, and that's been a big part of our growing process and creative process. So this is just kind of us being 100% us, leaning into what we do, and just being kind of, whether it works or not, this is who we are, and we're proud of it.
Yeah, I think John and I have shared a lot about ourselves over the past few years, and I think we feel like this is the first time we've always been ourselves, but I think there was maybe 10-20% of that was just never out there, and now we just kind of had no barriers in the creativity. Now there aren't really, the songs don't necessarily specifically get into any of those topics, but just being able to create with just completely open reins.
Mentally, it's a good feeling.
Oh, extremely good
the
feeling.
album's good.
Yeah,
I've been listening to it.
Thank you.
Who produced it?
A guy named Mike Elizondo. He's from Los Angeles. He grew up in Los Angeles. He's had a huge career in like the hip hop and the pop world, the rock world, and he moved here a few years ago. I think 2019, right before the pandemic.
Did he ever work with like Daft Punk?
He's worked with everybody.
Because I was listening and I was hearing some of that Giorgio Moroder influence and all that.
Exactly.
And watch, D, you don't just say you don't know that. But listen to this.
Are you saying D?
You're
not
know
hip?
what Giorgio Moroder is.
That's what I heard.
Like this, I was going, dude, this is fire.
Thank you. Yeah, he's an extremely talented guy, and he's worked in, which is why one of the big drivers we wanted to work with him is that he's worked on Carrie Underwood records, worked on Eminem records, and everything in between. So we just thought this would be a really fun guy to work with. He doesn't really have any musical limitations, and just get in and make music. Sometimes you get in and you're like, you get so caught up in what's cool or what you call it, and then next thing you're distracted by what you're doing. And so for this project, we just wanted to go in and just make music that we liked and had fun making.
I'd like to hear some more of this. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Brothers Osborne, our guest, and the album, it's out. It's called Brothers Osborne. Imagine that. You can pick that up coming out on this 15th, right?
The 15th,
coming out
correct.
on the 15th,
yeah.
So come out on Friday. More with the Brothers coming up. Hang on. Brothers Osborne in the studio. They got the new album out. It's called Brothers Osborne. That is coming out on Friday. Of course, Nobody's the new one.
Yes.
It's the new song. But Bubba was listening to the album, and you're saying it's got all these different
Oh, yeah. There's so many
influences
different
that you can-
sounds and so many great things on the album. It's like the textures of each
Yeah, I wanna
song.
hear this.
I'll just kind of go through a couple different ones. This one is kind of, we talked about the almost disco influence on like two of the cuts. This
Yeah.
one and the other one. But there's so many different things. Like, watch, I'll go into this. This is Love You Too.
That's just me. If that ain't you,
Oh, that sounds good.
It's got that cool 80s bass line.
Yeah. So we did a lot of synth. So Mike, he's a bass player. I mean, he was asked to play with Ray Charles when he was like 18, and he turned it down because he was already too busy. I mean, the dude's a freak.
Wow.
And but he has like every synth you could imagine in the world. And we thought, we just like doing things that we've never done before. Maybe it's to our own detriment, but we like to do just new stuff every record. And you see all these toys throughout the studio. We're like, let's use all of them. So a lot of that synth bass came from us just going, let's play with all these toys.
So, like with the synths and all, does he have all like the patch cables, like the old school stuff too?
Well, yeah,
He does have
it's
that.
all ready to go at a moment's notice. There's never like, well, let's pull it out. I mean, it's literally everything is already hardwired, ready just to walk up to and play, so you
that's
don't
cool.
lose that spark. And again, that's why we really wanted to work with Mike. The record kind of originally we wanted to come in with a sonic theme, and we ended up doing the opposite. We just kind of let the songs lead. And at least for me, when I listen to it, I can really hear our influences on a different influence on just about every song, from genre to even era. and you know, I feel like there's not a ton of people that would have been, I think, a right fit for a project like that. Well, Mike was really fun to work with.
Like this is Who Says You Can't Have Everything? Again, total different feel.
Yeah.
But what's good about you guys is you can, you can do all this and you can have fancy stuff, or you can just, you guys have done it before. You just come in with a guitar, and it's there.
Listen, it sounds like Billy Joel. I mean,
that's good. That's a great example. Like if you look at Billy Joel, or if you look at Springsteen and Petty, like they would use a lot of synths on their song, analog synths. And it works with like very kind of American roots style music. If you just listen to how they wrote the songs and how they ended up, it's kind of a cool way to marry sounds, and it just fortunately works for what we do.
Yeah. Again, there's so many different. There's something for every. I hate saying there's something for everybody on here, but there really is. Whatever you're into, you're going to find a little bit of it here on the album, and then that will lead you into some of the other stuff, and maybe you'll branch out.
Yeah, absolutely. We are not rapping though, so don't.
There's no rap whatsoever.
Fear not. We are not going to attempt that. We could do a lot of things. That is one we cannot do. So or dance.
Really? You guys don't dance?
You don't know. You can't tell for dancing on this.
No,
Can't tell.
No,
all right,
not.
Brothers Osborne's our guest. We'll come back and talk more with the guys next. Hang on. Brothers Osborne in the studio. They have the album. That's the new one. It's called Brothers Osborne. Check that out. Also, check out John's nominated for the CMA for the Ashley.
The Lindyville record, album of the year. Yeah, check that out.
That album is so good.
Thank you so
Ashley.
much. Thank you.
So good. I love the whole. When it starts up, it's like you feel like you're pulling into the Lindyville city.
Yeah, that was exactly the whole idea. I mean, it was written in a way of like I didn't write any of the songs, but when they wrote it, I was like, this sounds like a musical. So it's got to start like the curtains open, you're pulling into this town, and then it kicks off with the very first song, which is called "Brenda, Put Your Bra On."
Yes, that's right. Brenda, put your bra on. There's trouble next door. It's so great. It's a fun thing, and that's what I love about you guys, that you're willing to do. Whatever, you're just like, hey, this feels good. It sounds great.
It's just fun, you know. I mean, music. There's just so many choices. The palettes are just endless, and it's like, I don't know. We just love all of it. Just making music is, you know, this business is rewarding as it is. It's very difficult, but the most fun that I have, and my brother as well, is just making music. That is so much fun. We cannot do enough of it.
Congrats on the album. It's called Brothers Osborne, coming out on Friday. Nobody's on there, and congrats on the CMA noms for you guys as well.
Thank you, dude.
Appreciate it.
It's awesome. Real quick, your whiskey. What's the deal with the whiskey?
We did a collaboration with Whistle Pig, and we like whiskey and. Really,
we drink.
So where is it available? How do people get it?
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Yeah, it's Whistle Pig's huge whiskey brand, and we've been fans of theirs for a long time. They asked if we wanted to collaborate with them, and it was just cool to do a collaboration outside of music for a change. And we went up to their distillery and selected all of the.
So you really did it. Like, this isn't like you just sold your name on it.
Yeah.
No, we went up there. It was awesome. It was really fun.
That had to be a good process.
It was fun.
A very good process. Yeah. But anyhow, so they're an amazing brand we loved for a long time, and really great people up there, and it's just a really, really cool place. And I was the entire distillery is also like their master distiller is a woman. It's mostly women up there making it. And it was really, really cool.
Nice. Check that out, and also check out the new album. And you guys are touring as well, paying some bills.
Oh yeah, that's why if you're watching this, we look exhausted. It's because we are very exhausted.
But John has kids now, too.
And I have twins as well.
I have no
so I don't even know what sleep is.
Yeah. Well, good luck. Good luck. Brothers Osborne, always good to see you guys. Thank you.
Good to see y'all.
Well, because over the years, teenage kids have told you to like and subscribe, we don't have to say that anymore.
You know what to do.